Hello Pisces, and welcome to your August 2022 video. Now this video is for Sun, Moon and Rising Pisces. Your Sun sign is what you are moving towards, what you're trying to achieve. Your Moon is your internal. And your Rising is your external physical world. It's also what others pick up off of you. So, what's your Sun, your Moon and your Rising? Now on the 4th we have Mercury. Mercury will be moving into your 7th house, and this deals particularly with one-on-one relationships. Mercury is the planet of communication, our thoughts, what we are thinking about, and also small distant trips. If you're looking to connect with someone, right, the 7th house is where we make those connections. This is good for even business or when you are self-employed and you're trying to connect to customers, you're trying to connect to clients, one-on-one relationships. You are dealing, you are expressing, you're putting yourself out there, and you're also listening to what others have to say as well. This is great for relationships. This is where someone might express something to you, and either it's advice that you need, or it could be advice that they need to hear. This is what you are doing. You are building your one-on-one relationships. You are thinking about communication. And this is also where others are seeking to communicate with you. Great time. And this is even if you want to go on a trip, a small trip, it's not far. With Mercury, it's like, let me go out to visit a friend. Maybe I should meet this person for coffee. Maybe I should connect to this person. And it can be romantically, it can be a friend, but we're looking for connections in our one-on-one relationships in the 7th house. And it's also about, maybe even writing, sending a text. Mercury is all about those communications in various forms that we do, and you will be feeling that you need to express, and others want to express to you as well. On the 11th, 12th, we have a full moon in your 12th house. Now here with Saturn, okay? So Saturn is a planet of structure and restriction, and it can also make us feel, because of this restriction aspect to it, a little closed off. And a full moon in your 12th house too closes you off even further. This is where you need to isolate, rest and rejuvenate. This is where it's great to get a reading or give yourself a reading, get into meditation, right? That will help you a lot during that full moon, because you are releasing and purging, you are closing doors. This is where you might get an insight, where you'll be like, I'm so done. I'm done with this relationship. I'm done with this job. I'm done with this way of thinking. It has to do with our subconscious thoughts, where we realize we've been in a pattern for a while and we want to break the cycle. The 12th house is where we break cycles, because we realize a cycle is complete. We are done. We need to no longer go there. You might be feeling emotional, because it's okay when we are closing doors to release, to be gentle with yourself is what's being asked you. The insights will be coming to you. It's also where we might even receive truth, right? Where we might receive some form of truth that shakes us, and we can be like, either it's an internal truth, or even someone might say or do something to me like, I don't think I can do this anymore. And Saturn's good. As much as it restricts and cuts you off, it also gives us boundaries, where you yourself can be like, I need boundaries. These are my boundaries. This is what I am safe with. This is what I feel comfortable with. This is what I don't feel comfortable with. And trust your intuition. The 12th house is about our intuition, our gut feeling, our insight, our imagination. If you're into the arts, if you're into holistic healing, if you're into all of those things. Because the thing about the 12th house, it offers us that deep healing, that deep rejuvenation through coming to a realization of what needs to come to an end. On the 11th, 12th, we have Venus moving into your 6th house. This is where you want to take care of yourself. The 6th house has to do with our day-to-day routine, our work, and our health. So Venus there is beautiful, because it's where you actually like, I need to wear something nice, right? Venus is about love, appreciation, feeling good. So we can also give into luxury, like we might be craving a bit more sweets with Venus in the 6th house. But But at the same time, you now are feeling this love of like, how can I take care of myself better? Do I need to sleep better? Do I need to eat better? How am I thinking? How's my mental health? How's my emotional health? How am I feeling? What needs to be put in order with my thoughts, with my emotions, with my day-to-day routine? Our routine, the things we do in a day, affects our productivity. So this is where you change your routine in order to help your productivity so that you can accomplish the task that you need to. So, excuse me. So anything like that, where you need to take care of yourself, where you need to give yourself that nurturing, give yourself that assistance. Notice the 12th and the 6th, you're going through this transformation of releasing and letting go. So what happens when we release and let go? Our routine changes. What we do changes. How we behave. Yeah, behavior is part of our routine if we think about it, because when we have a breakthrough, we realize something needs to change and how we need to approach situations or people. And when we close certain doors and patterns in our life, it changes our routine. And this is for the best because it definitely increases your productivity. The 6th house has to do with work. It's about loving what you do, finding that love for what you do, because we are talking about Venus, the love, the enjoyment in our day-to-day lives. And that's what you'll be seeking. How can I make my day-to-day life more enjoyable, more fun for me, more blissful? On the 20th of August, we have Mars moving into your 4th house, and this will be a 7th month transit. So until next year, March 2023, and this is because Mars goes retrograde. It's normally a 6-week transit, but it's longer because of the retrograde. The 4th house has to do with your home, your family, and soul family. So anyone that you allow into your heart space, because this is where we have those connections, even friends. So you're making sure your home is in order. You are taking action. You are making sure everything is in place, and you'll be working on that for 7 months. This is also where, especially being Mars, you can get conflict coming through. But you'll be working on that because it's where do I need to have boundaries? Mars is about passion, action, and aggression. So in the 4th house is where you can have those one-on-ones with people, like, you know, this is where I need to lay down the boundaries. But you can be very passionate in your home life because that's going to make you successful. Your living environment. What do I need to put in order? What do I need to change? Renovations, moving, clearing out, decluttering, letting go of things in the home, setting boundaries with those closest to you. 7 months. That's a long time, yeah, where you are working on this aspect of life and you are trying to heal and transform in various ways. On the 22nd, 23rd, the sun moves into your 7th house and gives you opportunities in your relationships and highlights your relationships, and people want to connect to you. You want to connect to people. This is great if you're single because you can meet people. Great if you're in a relationship because you very much now focus on your partner, those people around you. Great for connecting. Remember when I spoke about relationships, it's not just with the 7th house. Love relationships. We're talking about business too. This is where opportunities can come to you from others. It's highlighted. On the 25th, 26th, Mercury moves into that 8th house and your thoughts take you into past traumas that you are now clearing out, phobias, fears. You'll also be thinking about your finances and where you should invest your money or your time. Where we invest our time affects our payoffs. That's what it means. Do I need to work on this project? Will this project be successful? Will I get the reward? Investments. This is also great when it comes to the 8th house. Debts, focusing on that. Anything you need to pay off. Taxes, insurances is where you can also be thinking about, do I need to sort out my taxes? Do I need to sort out this insurance? It has to do with all financial institutions outside of ourselves. Banks especially. If you're thinking about raises or wanting to get a promotion, you'll be thinking and figuring out ways in which to do that. At the same time, love the 8th house. It also has to deal with those fears, those phobias, the things that hold us back, our past traumas. This is where secrets can come to light. It's where we transform. House of empowerment, most definitely, it's a transforming house. And it can definitely reward us through that transformation. but it's how we find our empowerment through facing those fears and moving forward. On the 27th, we have a new moon in your 7th house, and this is a new beginning in relationships, a new moon, a fresh start. So this is where, you can meet someone new, or you can find a new friend, or meet new people. New moon, it's a new beginning. It brings a newness and a refreshing energy to an existing relationship. You've been doing a lot of healing and transformation within yourself. So if you're even single or you're partnered, either way, single, you can meet new people. Partnered, this is where you can refresh and renew relationships, where you can start in a new way. Relationships also go through cycles. It's also great, like I said, professionally. Maybe now you've been communicating with people earlier this month, so by the time this happens, you now are ready to start a new endeavor. So all the communication, all the negotiation that was happening on the 4th, by the new moon, you're like, okay, now we can put everything into being, this new connection, this new refreshing energy. And you'll be thinking about that a lot. What new way can you approach others? What new ways do others need to approach you? What new way you can collab with others and work with others? All about relationships. But notice all the healing you were doing on yourself in order to connect in a deeper way to your relationships. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. My website is linked down below if you'd like a reading, as well as a link for appreciation of these videos.